Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Centre moves Supreme Court seeking its permission to return 67 acres of acquired land around disputed Ram Janambhoomi-Babri Masjid site in Ayodhya to the original owners. BJP says it is committed to construct a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya by taking the legal route. Prime Minister Narendra Modi advises students to focus on acquiring knowledge to enrich their lives without worrying about examination results. Former Defence Minister George Fernandes passes away in New Delhi. President, Vice President and Prime Minister express grief at the demise of the veteran socialist leader. 4-day-long Republic Day celebrations conclude with beating the retreat ceremony in New Delhi. And in women's cricket, India beat New Zealand by 8 wickets in second ODI at Mount Maunganui, clinched the 3-match series. The centre today moved the Supreme Court seeking its permission to return the 67 acres of acquired land around the disputed Ram Janambhoomi-Babri Masjid site in Ayodhya to its original owners. In a fresh plea, the centre said the Ram Janambhoomi Nyas, a trust to promote construction of Ram Temple, sought the return of the excess land to the original owners. Earlier, the Apex Court had ordered that the status quo be maintained with regard to the acquired land around the disputed site. Meanwhile, the BJP today said it is committed to construct a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya by taking the legal route. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi, Union Minister and senior party leader Prakash Javadekar said Prime Minister Narendra Modi had recently said that all constitutional procedures will be followed to construct the Ram temple. Mr. Javadekar said the government today took an important decision in this regard.
The government has taken a very important decision today, an in-principle decision to return the land which is not disputed to the original owners. Today, government has filed an application seeking permission of the court to fulfill the duty as earmarked in the judgment of 2003 to restore excess land acquired in 1994.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asked students to stay focused, manage time well and not to succumb to stress. The Prime Minister was interacting with 2,000 students along with parents and teachers from all over the country as well as students from abroad in the second edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha in New Delhi. The interaction comes ahead of the examination season in the country. The Prime Minister said students should focus on acquiring knowledge to enrich their lives without worrying about examination results. Mr. Modi advised students not to lose hope after failing their exams. He said life is about dealing with challenges resolutely.
जीवन में हर पल कसौटी होना बहुत जरूरी है। कसौटी हमें कसती है। कसौटी से हम एक नई ऊर्जा प्राप्त करते हैं। हमारा जो भीतर की जो उत्तम से उत्तम विधा है, प्रकट होने का अवसर होता है। अगर हम अपने आप को कसौटी के तराजू पर झोंकेंगे नहीं तो जिंदगी में ठहराव आ जाए और ठहराव जिंदगी नहीं हो सकती। जिंदगी का मतलब ही होता है गति, जिंदगी का मतलब ही होता है सपने, जिंदगी का मतलब ही होता है जी जान से उसको अचीव करने के लिए लगे रहना।
The Prime Minister cautioned parents against imposing their will on their children but encouraged them in their own pursuits. He requested the parents not to fulfill their unfulfilled dreams through their children.
ये जो कंपैरिजन है, ये माँ बाप ने, टीचर ने कभी नहीं करनी चाहिए। उससे उसको बहुत निराशा मिलती है, उसको हतोत्साही कर देते हैं। हमारा काम होना चाहिए उसको प्रोत्साहित करना। ठीक है, वीक है बच्चा, लेकिन वो वीक क्यों है? क्योंकि आपने 90% वाले की तुलना करना शुरू किया, इसलिए आपको बुरा लगता है।
Prime Minister Modi made a clarion call for developing interest in mathematics and science as very few people choose these subjects for study. Replying to a student's question, the Prime Minister urged students not to succumb to pressure as exam-related stress makes matters worse. Speaking at the program, Human Resource and Development Minister Prakash Javadekar said the participants from abroad include students from countries such as Iran, Nepal, Doha, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Singapore. Our correspondent talked to several students who were present at the event. A student from Faridabad expressed happiness over Prime Minister Modi's answer to his question about setting goals for life.
मेरा नाम वंश अग्रवाल है और मैं फरीदाबाद मानव रचना इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का विद्यार्थी हूँ। मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा किसान सर्विस। उन्होंने कहा कि हमें अपनी कैपेबिलिटीज के हिसाब से अपने गोल सेट करने चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि हम सोचे कुछ और करते कुछ, और हमें जो गोल सेट करते हैं उनकी तरफ ध्यान देना चाहिए और उनकी तरफ प्रगति करनी चाहिए।
Another student described the interaction with the Prime Minister as helpful.
मेरा नाम जयशा है, मैं सेंटर पॉइंट नागपुर से हूँ। मुझे लगता है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी की बातें इतनी इन्फ्लुएंशियल थी और इतनी हेल्पफुल थी कि हम सब ने कभी इन चीज़ों के बारे में सोचा नहीं होगा, और आज 1-2 घंटे की वजह से हम सबको इतनी मदद हुई है अपनी आगे जीवन को कैसे जीना है उस मामले में।
Talking to AIR News, a parent said the Prime Minister really inspired her because he understands the young minds of the country.
मेरा नाम मधुमिता सेन गुप्ता है। उन्होंने मुझे इंस्पायर किया है कि ये एक अपॉर्चुनिटी बन जाए मेरे बेटे के लिए कि वो इस टेक्नोलॉजी को एक अच्छे तरीके से यूज कर पाए।
The program was telecast live in all government and CBSE schools, higher education institutions and colleges in the country and abroad. The News Services Division of All India Radio will broadcast a special bilingual program on Pariksha Pe Charcha. Tune in to the FM Gold channel from 9:30 p.m. to listen to this special discussion. It will also be available on our website, newsonair.com. You can share your feedback about the program at our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. Former Defence Minister and anti-emergency crusader George Fernandes passed away in New Delhi this morning. He was 88. Mr. Fernandes, who hailed from Mangaluru in Karnataka, was ailing for a long time. One of the most prominent leaders of the socialist movement in the 1970s, George Fernandes was a senior Janata Dal leader before he founded the Samata Party. He was elected to the Lok Sabha 9 times and once to the Rajya Sabha. He also served as Union Minister for Railways, Communications and Industry. The last rites of George Fernandes will be performed tomorrow after his son arrives from abroad. President Ram Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have expressed grief at the passing away of the former Union Minister. The Prime Minister said during his long years in public life, George Fernandes never deviated from his political ideology and he resisted the emergency tooth and nail.
हमारे देश के पूर्व रक्षा मंत्री श्रीमान जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस, उनका निधन हो गया। वे एक जुझारू नेता थे। आपातकाल में, इमरजेंसी में लोकतंत्र की स्थापना के लिए बहुत बड़ा संघर्ष किया था उन्होंने। मैं आदरपूर्वक जॉर्ज साहब को श्रद्धासुमन अर्पित करता हूँ।
Leaders cutting across party lines condoled the demise of the veteran socialist leader. In Bihar, where George Fernandes represented various constituencies in parliament, the state government has declared a 2-day mourning and cancelled all official functions. Recalling his association with George Fernandes, State Chief Minister Nitish Kumar said his contribution to Indian politics will always be remembered.
जॉर्ज साहब के निधन से हम सभी लोग बहुत मर्माहत हैं। जो योगदान जॉर्ज साहब का इस देश की राजनीति में रहा है और जो कुछ भी उन्होंने समाज की सेवा के लिए किया है, वो सदैव याद रखा जाएगा।
The Uttar Pradesh cabinet today approved construction of a 4-lane Ganga expressway connecting Prayagraj to the western part of the state, which would cost about 36,000 crore rupees. Briefing media persons about cabinet decisions at Prayagraj, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said the expressway will be 600 kilometers long and can be expanded to 6 lanes in future.
ये गंगा एक्सप्रेसवे यह मेरठ, अमरोहा, बुलंदशहर, बदायूं, शाहजहांपुर, फर्रुखाबाद, हरदोई, कन्नौज, उन्नाव, रायबरेली, प्रतापगढ़ होते हुए प्रयागराज तक आएगी। ये एक्सप्रेसवे जब बनेगा तो दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा एक्सप्रेसवे होगा।
The state cabinet gave approval to several other infrastructure and pilgrimage augmenting projects and schemes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Surat and Dandi in Gujarat tomorrow. During the visit, the Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone for the extension of the terminal building at Surat Airport. The terminal building is being constructed at a cost of 354 crore rupees with an area of over 25,000 square meters. 4-day-long Republic Day celebrations concluded with beating the retreat ceremony at the historic Vijay Chowk in New Delhi today. This year, Indian tunes were the flavour of beating the retreat ceremony. President Ram Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and chiefs of the three services, among others, witnessed the ceremony. More from our correspondent.
Bands from Army, Navy, Air Force, State Police and Central Armed Police Force presented 27 performances on the historic Vijay Chowk, which enthralled the spectators with their captivating and foot-tapping music. Out of the 27 performances, 19 tunes were composed by Indian musicians. The tunes include Indian Star, Pahadon Ki Rani, Jai Janambhoomi, Queen of Satpura, Vijay Bharat, Akash Ganga, Gangotri, Namaste India, Samudrika, Jai Bharat, Young India and Virta Ki Misal. 8 western tunes like Sound Barrier, Twilight, Space Flight and Drummer's Call were also the part of the beating the retreat. The event came to a close with the ever-popular tune of Sare Jahan Se Achha. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Renowned Hindi writer Chitra Mudgal, Dogri writer Inderjeet Kesar, Kannada writer K.G. Nagarajappa and Kashmiri story writer Mushtaq Ahmad Mushtaq are among 24 writers who were honoured today with the Sahitya Akademi Award 2018. President of the Sahitya Akademi, Chandrasekhar Kambar, presented these awards at a function in New Delhi. The awards were given for 24 different languages. A Pakistani delegation today inspected the dam site of Pakal Dul hydroelectric project on Chenab River in Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. The delegation is on a 3-day state visit for the inspection of hydropower projects on Chenab River Basin under the Indus Waters Treaty 1960 between India and Pakistan. The delegation will inspect Lower Karnai, Rathal and Baglihar hydroelectric projects tomorrow. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Amit Khare today emphasized on synergy among the various media units of the department so that information regarding the works done by the government can reach common people of the country in a more focused manner. Mr. Khare held a review meeting of different media units, including All India Radio, Doordarshan and Bureau of Outreach Communication in Lucknow. Speaking after the meeting, the Secretary said that all media units are working fine in their individual capacity and better coordination will improve the dissemination of information. The British Parliament is set to vote tonight on competing Brexit plans, with Prime Minister Theresa May desperately seeking a mandate from lawmakers to help secure concessions from the European Union. Legislators will vote on proposals that have been submitted by both pro-Brexit and pro-EU legislators since Parliament rejected Ms May's divorce deal with the bloc 2 weeks ago. It left Britain lurching towards a cliff-edge no-deal departure from the bloc on the 29th of March. In cricket, Indian women beat New Zealand by 8 wickets in the second one-day international at Mount Maunganui. With the win, the Indian team clinched the 3-match ODI series 2-0. Tracing a victory target of 162 set by New Zealand, the visitors overhauled the score in just 35.2 overs. Earlier, the hosts were bundled out for just 161 runs in 44.2 overs. India had won the first ODI by 9 wickets in Napier on Thursday. The Indian women's hockey team put up a spirited display to stun World Cup bronze medalist Spain 5-2 in its third match of the tour in Murcia today. By virtue of this win, India have managed to level the series at 1-1. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Centre moves Supreme Court seeking its permission to return 67 acres of acquired land around disputed Ram Janambhoomi-Babri Masjid site in Ayodhya to the original owners. BJP says it is committed to construct a grand Ram temple in Ayodhya by taking the legal route. Prime Minister Narendra Modi advises students to focus on acquiring knowledge to enrich their lives without worrying about examination results. Former Defence Minister George Fernandes passes away in New Delhi. President, Vice President and Prime Minister express grief at the demise of the veteran socialist leader. 4-day-long Republic Day celebrations conclude with beating the retreat ceremony in New Delhi. And in women's cricket, India beat New Zealand by 8 wickets in second ODI at Mount Maunganui, clinched the 3-match series. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.